I am so excited to get this challenge started with you guys. Not only to give you the tools that you need to be successful through the holidays, which is by far the most challenging time of year when it comes to uh, your diet and exercise, because we are just swamped with holiday parties and traveling and just surrounded by food constantly. And I know how much of a struggle it can be. So that's why I'm so excited you guys are really digging in with me over the next 30 days to help you get through the holidays and hopefully not have you set back so that you can start the New Year's off right. Okay, so one of the first things we're going to try to tackle are these holiday get-togethers, and we have Thanksgiving coming up, and then right after Thanksgiving we're going to go right into the Christmas season, and that means Christmas parties, Christmas parties, Christmas parties. And if you work at an office, that means there's going to be a lot of goodies being brought in. So I want to give you a few tips to help you choose wisely when it comes to attending parties and when it comes to just being surrounded by a lot of unhealthy choices when you're at the office. So one of the first things I like to tell my challengers, and you guys have heard me talk about this before, is the ranking system. Now this is a great way to kind of go in with a game plan. So let's say you're having your holiday get together. Thanksgiving's on Thursday. So you want to go in with a plan. And what I like to do is come up with a list in my head of foods that are an absolute 10 for me. And those are the foods that are going to be real hard for me to say no to. Those are my absolute favorites. And for me, that's going to be desserts are tough for me. I love my desserts, especially cakes. So if there's going to be a cake around, I'm going to want to have a piece of that. The other thing that I really can't stay away from is stuffing. That's one of my favorite things, especially the stuffing my mom makes. So I'm definitely not going to be able to pass on that. So those are going to be 10s for me. Also chips and dip, which usually Thanksgiving you don't have a lot of that, but that is always something that I just cannot pass up. So when you get to your party or your family get together, I want you to kind of look around and see what there is. And I want you to kind of decide what are going to be some of those 10s, and you should absolutely partake in them, but you're going to keep it in moderation. So you're going to keep it to one serving. So you're going to grab a small plate and you're going to pick a couple of your 10s, and then you're going to fill the rest with healthy choices, either vegetables, fruit, a salad, lean meats, and proteins. All right. And you're going to want to try to pass on the things that, aren't your favorite, that are just going to be added calories for you. So the other thing is to really try to stay away from the appetizer table. This is a really easy way to sabotage your diet the minute you walk in the door, because you're going to fill up on a lot of times very high fat, high calorie foods before you've even sat down to dinner. And then how can you pass on Thanksgiving dinner? So of course you're going to load your plate up there and you're just going to be overloaded on your calories for the day. So I want you to really think about what you want to put on your plate. And if you're going to hit the appetizer table, really try to make smart choices and really try to fill your plate with healthy, nutritious food, low calorie, low fat food, such as your vegetables, your fruit, and other low calorie options. The other thing you want to think about is drinks. Drinks are they're full of empty calories, full of sugar, and it's a real quick way to add those calories up without you even thinking about it. So you really want to try to stay away from the sodas and the alcohol. And if you are going to partake in the alcohol, choose a lighter version, a light beer, a wine, a glass of wine, as opposed to the eggnog, which is going to be, like I said, full of a lot of calories and a lot of fat. So After you've had your one serving of a drink, then move on to lower calorie or calorie-free options, water, hot tea, plain coffee, things like that. Now, one of the most important things you can do to set yourself up for success when you're attending these parties is to not go hungry. That is one of the worst ways to walk into a party is if you're being, you're starving, because you are just going to head to the appetizer table and you are going to go crazy. And all that hard work throughout that you've done for these last 3 weeks is just going to be stripped away. So really plan ahead and make sure you have a healthy snack beforehand. I like to tell my challengers to have a Shakeology before you go. Something healthy and nutritious that's going to fill you up so that when you walk into that party, you're already going to be in the mindset to make better choices. Another thing you can do is have half your Shakeology in the morning and half your Shakeology right before you go to your party so you have a little something on your stomach. Plan ahead. The other thing is potlucks. If you're attending a potluck, bring a healthy option. I think a lot of people, when I come to potlucks, they probably dread when I come because I'm never going to bring anything really bad for you. I'm going to bring a healthy option because you never know what's going to be there. So I like to bring something healthy that I know, at least if there's nothing else I can eat what I brought. Some great things to bring are salads, fruit trays, vegetable trays, low fare options. If it's going to be a dessert, make it a low calorie, low fat dessert, Jell-O, something like that. And the last thing is, while you're at these parties, I really want you to focus on socializing and not eating. Don't just hang around the food table. Grab a few things on your plate and go and have a good time. Talk with your friends and family and just enjoy yourself. I want you to really focus on your wins during this time. And you, of course, you're going to have some off days and you're going to make some poor choices. But the most important thing is that you do your best. And if you had a bad day, then just pick yourself up the next day and move on. Because I want this to be about moderation and not deprivation. This is the holidays. I want you to enjoy yourself. I want you to be able to enjoy those parties and enjoy those sweet treats that we're going to be bombarded with. But I want you to keep it within moderation because I want you to be able to go into that new year feeling confident and strong that you nailed it during the holiday season. All right, I really look forward to dig in with you guys for the next 30 days. You guys are by far some of my favorite challenges because you guys have each other's backs and you're so supportive of each other, and I love that. So let's keep that ball rolling as we tackle the holidays.